student entering the ninth grade aim to ensure that have a solid understanding the concept required for this level. Okay, means whatever you need some knowledge for this level for the ninth standard, we need to take a test for this one. Syllabus include the fundamentals topics of fifth to eighth class. Means that you have studied in this fifth to eighth, that is essential. That is for the success of ninth class that is being required. The students should demonstrate a lack of understanding in these basics. If we find that a student is having basic means lacking the understanding of these topic that is being required, so he need not to panic, she need not to panic. Essential concept, we will provide a bridge course, we'll provide a course, a small course that will help us you or help you to know. Okay, got it? We
Yes.
will study that basic topic. So let's start this one without wasting the time. So which of the following is not a state of matter?
Light. C.
Okay, next.
A.
A. What?
NaCl.
Next.
H2O. B.
Next.
Carbon. B.
Okay, next.
Sodium. No, calcium. Calcium.
Is the non-metal calcium.
Yes.
Next.
O2.
Next.
Condensation.
Condensation. Next.
Carbon dioxide. Sulfur metals.
I'm muted. I'm completely speaking. Okay. What is the difference between chemical change and physical change?
No sulfur metals.
Not for metals, for everything. Okay, okay. I'm asking you a simple question that if you have a glass of water, you add some sugar to it. Is it a chemical and you dissolve that sugar in that water? So is it a chemical change or a physical change?
Physical change.
Physical change. Okay. Like for example, if you have an iron rod and you melt it, is it a chemical change or a physical change?
Physical.
Okay. And like for example, if you have a simple, if I'm asking you, like you have, easy, okay. Like you, if you have a take, you have wood and you burn it, it get converted into coal. Is it a chemical change or a physical change?
Physical change.
Physical change. Burning of coal. Okay.
Physical.
Next, define the term matter.
Anything that has mass and occupies space.
What are the three different states of matter?
Solid, liquid and gas.
Next, describe the structure of atom. So,
An
yes, what does atoms consist of?
an atom has a
Hmm.
proton, electron, and neutron, and it protons are positively charged, and neutrons are neutrally charged, and electrons are negatively charged.
Protons are negatively charged.
Protons are positively charged.
Electrons,
Electrons are negatively charged, and neutrons are neutrally charged.
how much? Oh, how? Neutral charge.
Neutral, yeah. They
Okay,
they
okay,
revolve
okay,
around a shell.
okay. Why do solids have high melting and boiling points? Why do solids have high melting and boiling points? Tell me fast.
Because they're hard.
Yeah, they are hard because they are solids. So why do they have high melting and boiling points?
I don't know.
Because their particles strongly hold together, okay?
Okay.
They have high force of attractions. So let's discuss that how many of yours are correct and how many of yours are incorrect. Light is the correct answer. Okay, this is also the correct answer. Water is also the correct answer. H2O. But the element that is a metal. Metal is generally hard and sonorous that produce sound. And carbon is generally chlorine, carbon, oxygen. Chlorine is a gas, oxygen is a gas, which is not a non-metal. Carbon is also coal that does not produce sound and striking. Okay, and coal and moreover do not conduct electricity. So we'll say that carbon is not a metal. Okay, got it? So that you will learn
Yes.
much betterly in the other classes also. But this is a basic knowledge that carbon is not a, it is sodium. Okay, sodium is a metal. Next, you write opposite here. No, you write calcium. Calcium is a non-metal. No, calcium is good conductor of e- electricity. And calcium is a good metal. Okay, is a reactive metal. So it is not correct. Correct. It is a metal. Non-metal is carbon. Sodium is also metal. Iron is also metal. Carbon is a non-metal. So this one is correct. This one is also correct. This one is also correct. No, this one is not correct. I did it wrong here. That is not the, but the correct answer is hydrogen gas. Whenever acids, any acids, they react with metals. Okay. Generally, they produce salt plus hydrogen gas. This you have studied also that this hydrogen gas, when you bring a burning candlestick to it, and it burns with pop sound, produce pop sound. It is a test also that we have studied in the 8th class. So acids when react with metal, they produce hydrogen gas. It's not the carbon dioxide. So it is incorrect. It is incorrect. Okay. Got my point? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next is you told tell me that what is chemical change and physical change, but however, your answers, some of the examples are correct that you told me that uh, if we are dissolving sugar in water, it is a chemical change, sorry, physical change. But when we are just burning a wood, you said that it is a physical change, but it is not physical change, it is a chemical change. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So we'll say that, so this is not a chemical change. And we're going to discuss this one. So I'm going to give you like 1 marks for this one and 2 marks for this one. You told the correct answers. You told this one also correct. And you didn't answer for this one. So actually this is like 0. So yeah, 2 and 1, 5. 5 here. 5 and 5 MCQs are correct now. 1, 2, 3, no, not 3, 4, and 5. 5 MCQ correct, 5 marks, right? 10, you got 10. 10 out of 16. So it's okay. Good. Don't require bridge scores. Understood? You don't require bridge scores. So let's move to the next part of this chapter. So let's discuss that what is physical change and the topic in which you are getting stuck. So let's discuss that one. That what is a physical change and chemical change. So physical change is a change in which a new substance is found. No new substance. What is the criteria? How will you say that whether a substance is new or not new? For example, if you have a glass of water, you add some sugar to it, so it will form sugar solution. So it can be a new substance for someone and can't be a new substance for other one. So what is the parameter that will help us to decide whether something is that this substance is new substance or a no new substance? Okay. So for me, a substance can be new substance. For example, I can say that sugar solution is a new substance. Okay, someone is saying no, it is not a new substance. So what is that criteria? What is that thing? What is that note that will help us to decide whether it is a new substance or not a new substance? So that the new substance is one which is not showing the properties of its constituent. Let's understand this one with better examples. Just a minute. Like for example, if I'm saying that you have uh, like you have hydrogen gas, got it? Hydrogen gas, when you burn it with the help of oxygen, so it will form water, H2O. And you know that hydrogen is a fuel. Hydrogen burns with pop sound. It is very excellent fuel. It burns, so means it is very we can say that uh, means it can easily burn. It is a good flammable substance, very good flammable substance. Okay, highly flammable. So hydrogens is a flammable substance. Oxygen help in burning, but what does water does? It is carrying both flammable substance as well as the substance that help in burning. So it should be, means water should be highly flammable because it is carrying both, but it is not so. Water does not burns, otherwise it unless it extinguish the fire. It extinguish the fire. It is not burning, it is extinguishing the fire. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So simply we'll say that it is extinguishing the fire. So that's why it is a chemical change. So here a new substance is formed. Water is not showing the property of hydrogen. Water is not showing the property of oxygen. It is a new substance is formed. That's why it is a chemical change. What is physical change? Physical change is a change in which no new substance is found. No new substance. Like for example, you take a glass of water, you take a sip of it. You will feel that it is water. Now you add some salt to it. You will feel that it is salt added in water and will show the taste of salty. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Then you add some sugar to it. How does it taste now?
Sweet.
Sweet as well as salty, both.
Yes.
Then you add some lemon to it. Then
Sour.
sour, sweet as well as salty. All the three tastes will be there. Okay. So what salt was showing its property before of saltiness, it is also showing after the change. Sugar was showing its property that it is a property of sweetness. It is also showing its property of sweetness. But do you think that in water, do you feel the taste of hydrogen gas and oxygen gas? No. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
So
sir.
similarly, if you have carbon dioxide, carbon plus oxygen will gives you carbon dioxide. Carbon can easily burn. It is a good fuel. It can easily burn. Okay. It is flammable. And you know that oxygen help us in surviving. Means it is a surviving gas which help living organism to survive. Okay. But do you think that carbon dioxide is showing the property of any one of them? Is carbon
Yes.
dioxide flammable? No. Carbon dioxide do not burn. It do not catch fire. Like the hydrogen gas catch fire, like the other gases catches fire, some of the other gases. Carbon dioxide never burns. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Moreover, you cannot survive with inhaling carbon dioxide. Still, it is having carbon dioxide, but you cannot survive. Okay. But what if you don't have salt in your home? You don't have salt in your home, and you immediately require some water. Okay, so, some salt to add when you are cooking the food. Okay, but instead of that, you have a salty water that you prepared some days before, but you are keeping that one in a beaker. That is a salty water. So if you add
We
that
will
salty
boil it.
water, what are you saying?
We will boil it.
Yeah, no, I'm asking that, for example, instead of adding some sugar, you can add salty water to it.
Mm.
No, sorry. Instead of adding salt to the food, cooking food, while you are cooking food, you don't have salt in your home, but you have some dissolved solution of salt solution in water. Okay, means you have water. Like for example, your guest, you were preparing some shikanji or something yesterday, but you forgot. It means because of some issue, you don't prepare that food. That you just only dissolve the
Oh,
salt in that one, and you just kept that bottle somewhere. Okay, so can't you use that salty water in food while you are preparing the food? You can use because it is having salt. But can doctor inhale help us, or we can simply say that can you inhale or can you survive with carbon dioxide because it is carrying oxygen? No.
no.
Can you burn carbon dioxide because it is carrying carbon? No. So here it is the definition for the new substance, that the new substance that is formed here, it is not showing the property from which it is made up of. That's why it is a chemical change. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
So please note down the definition for the chemical change and the physical change.
So what should I write?
This chemical, first write down chemical change and physical change, then what is written on the screen, then you will write the definition.
Okay. We're done.
Write down the definition, the change, chemical change, the change in which a new substance is formed having totally different chemical properties from its constituent.
Excuse me, sir, done.
You done? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Add the definition for physical change.
Excuse me, sir, what is written? The change in which no new substance is formed and constitutes still
And
show their
constituents still show their property after the change.
burden.
So let's have some questions over it. Just a minute.
The road shadow.
Nothing, just wait.
Okay.
Yes. Is the screen visible to you? Now, what's the answer for this question? For the first question, rusting of an iron articles is called.
The corrosion and it's a chemical change.
It is
Chemical
corrosion.
change.
It is corrosion and it is a chemical change. It is correct. Next. Yes. Question number 6.
C.
You're saying C.
Yes.
1, 3rd, and 4th. Which of the following is
Yes.
physical change? One is melting of iron, third bending of iron, and fourth, yes. Rusting of iron is not a chemical change. It is sorry, it's not a physical change, it is a chemical change. Yes, it is correct. Question number 7.
D.
D. 1/4, which is the following
Yes.
is a chemical change. So decaying of anything is a chemical change. Burning of anything is also a chemical change. Sawing of wood means that you are cutting the wood with the help of
Cutting it.
saw. And hammering of iron nail in a wood, in a piece of wood, means when you are adding iron nail to a wood. So iron, is it so that iron will not show the property? It will show its property. Okay, will the wood stop showing its property? No. Both are just mixed together. Iron nail is just put it in the wood, but it is simple a physical change. Okay, it is not a chemical change. So when you are hammering an iron nail into a piece of wood, it is not a chemical change. It is simply a physical change. The correct answer for this one is 1 and 2. That is A. So please note down this question in your notebook.
Soda.
Okay, let's move to the next part. Now, write down the heading for this chapter that we're going to start the matters in our surrounding. What actually matter is, you say that anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter, that we will studying since childhood. Okay, that's not a difficult task to understand that what is matter. So now, if I'm asking you that matter is anything that we see around us, like for example, a table fan or a table lamp, monitor, computer, laptop, okay, door, wall, everything is made up of what? Is made up of matter, okay? Now, if I'm asking you one thing here, that there is something that we classification of something like that you see around everything around you. Can you classify them? So you will ask
Yes.
me, yes, we can classify them on the basis of their states, like solid, liquid, and gas. Like for example, if I'm saying that you can classify the number of students in your class on the basis of their marks percentage range, like the 90 to 100% marks will come under one category. Okay, 80 to 90 will comes under one category, 70 to 80 will comes under one category, 60 to 70 will comes under one category. So we can categorize them. We can characterize the same or categorize the same students on the basis of their genders. That males will come under one category, females will come under one category. We can categorize these students on the basis of their names alphabet. Like if A will comes under the names, names of the students coming with A will comes under one category, B will comes under one category, C will come under one category. So this type of same material is can be classified on the base on different basis. So similarly, matter can be classified on the basis of their physical state, like solid, liquid, and gas, and same matter can be classified on the basis of their chemical composition, that whether they are pure substance or impure substance. Means pure substance means simply elements and compound, and impure substance means mixtures. Okay, so we'll going to study this impure substance and pure substance in the next chapters. We'll study in the second chapter, but in this chapter we're going to study the solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, okay, the three states of matter, that how uh these states, when the states are being changed, what happens to the energy. Okay, what is latent heat, what how does evaporation occurs. Okay, and what are the conditions that will help us in improving the evaporation. So this we're going to study in these. Okay, so please note it down that from the starting, matters in our surrounding. Please note it.
Sir, done. Sir, done.
They are the two states of matter like solid, liquid, and gas. They are the three states of matter. Along with they are the other two states of matter that are not in our syllabus. But for the sake of knowledge, we should know their states. That is plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay. Bose-Einstein condensate. And this is the third and fourth state of matter that generally found in stars and some other so that we generally don't study in the ninth standard, that we're going to study in the higher classes, but for the sake of knowledge we must know these, so please note it down.
Done, sir.
Done.
Yes.
Now as you know that what are the characteristics of particles of matter, as I'm saying that everything around us is made up of solid, liquid, and gas, and you know that everything is made up of matter and matter is made up of particles. So how actually these particles are arranged in matter, so we're going to study in the characteristics of particles of matter, that what is the characteristic, like for example human beings have some characteristics, okay, that they have one nose, two eyes, okay, they walk longitudinally on the on their legs, okay, they don't use their arms to go one place to another place. So simply we'll say that the characteristics of particles of matter is generally that how does the particles behave. Okay, so the very first property is that the particles of matters have a space between them. They have a space between them. What does it mean?
They are freely packed.
Yes, the particles of matters have a space between them. Okay, particles of matters have a space between them. Okay, and they are not tightly packed. They means in solids they have, but still they have some space. Like these are particles of solids, and these are the another layer of solids particles. So they have a space. This is the space. This is the space in between them. So space is present there. Okay, we cannot say the space is not present. Here is the space. You can say that this is the space that is present here, that is present here. So they have a space between them, but liquids and gases have large space between them. Gases have, I mean, gases have large space, then liquids and then solids. So how can we know that whether they are going to have a space between them? So there's an experiment for this one that is very simple. That for example, if you take a glass of water and you add some sugar to it. So initially, when you are adding sugar to it, like for example, this is the level of water. This is the first level of the water when no sugar is added. Okay. When you added sugar and you don't dissolve it, you add 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar, you will find that the level of the water will rises up because you have not dissolved that one. But when you start stirring that solution, after some time you will find that when the whole sugar get dissolved, you will find that initially the level was rises up. Initially the level was rises, it get rises due to addition of this one. But when you dissolve, then again the level reaches to its original, means then the original level is attained. Then original level is attained. So both the levels are attained. There is no change. There is no change in the level. So why the level decreases down? The reason behind is very simple, that the particles of sugars that what I'm talking about, that particle of sugar is not this one that we see, that we can take in our hand. It is a crystal of sugar. And crystal of sugar is made up of millions of particles, small particles. So when we stirring the solution, and during that time it comes in the contact with the water particles, and one by one the particle of the sugar get detached, and it comes into its simple form, and then it goes into the space between the water particles. Are you getting my point? समझ आ रहा है?
Yes.
So when we are dissolving the sugar, it goes into the intermolecular space of water, and then the original level is achieved, indicating that the sugar goes in the intermolecular space between the water particles. Okay, that's why we see that when we are having a concentrated of solution, sugar solution, and when we take the sip of that one, we'll see that the density of water is more as comparison to the normal water. We'll feel that normal water is diluted. It is not much denser as comparison to the sugar solution, because the space between the water particles is filled by sugar, and it is occupying that space, and that's why it become denser. Got it? Understood?
Yes.
Please note it down. Please draw this diagram and write down the characteristics of particles of matter. The first property, the particles of matter have a space between them.
We're done.
Done. Okay. So please note this one, that how can you so water in when we dissolve salt in water, particles of salt get easily goes into the space of water, and okay, and then when the waters get dissolved, no, initially when the salt was not dissolved, no increasing volume of the water will take place. So please note it down. Done?
No, sir. Slow down.
Okay, next property of matter is that the particles of matters are continuously moving. So can you guess that how you will be able to prove that particles of matters are continuously moving? That particles of matters are continuously moving. Not every states of matters particles are continuously moving. They might be vibrating at their mean position. Like in solids, the particles are vibrating about their mean position. They still vibrate, but they cannot leave their one place to another place. Like you see that there is in the corner of the table you have some painted something. So the paint will remain stick to that corner. It will not goes from one corner to another corner next day. Okay. So it means that the particles of that corner are stick at a particular place and they are not moving, but their particles are still vibrating. We cannot observe that vibration, but actually they are vibrating. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So how can you say that particles of matters are continuously moving? That's a very simple example. Like if your mother is cooking some food in the kitchen, and if that food is your favorite food, whatever it is. Okay, so and you came from the school, so you can easily see that, feel the taste of that, or you can easily smell the taste. Or we can say that the smell of the cooking food reaches everywhere in the home just because the particles of hot food is having very high kinetic energy and they can easily move from one place to another place. Okay, are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if you have incense stick like agarbatti, if you lighted it up in the corner, then you will feel that the smell of that uh, burning incense stick will reaches everywhere. And same for the perfumes, because the particles of metals are continuously moving, they can easily jump from one position to another position. Same, if you add a drop, some colors in the corner of, you take a beaker and you slightly enter some colors in the corner of water, we will feel that the whole water will get that color. Okay, means after sometimes it is not, initially it was in the corner, but after some time it will. And you know that since the particles of matters are continuously moving and motion is due to the kinetic energy. Motion of something means if something is moving, it means it has kinetic energy. And it is very popular that kinetic energy means hot particles, hot substance have more kinetic energy. So like I'm going to show you here that that hot substance, like for example, you have hot water, and in that hot water you add some potassium permanganate, which is purple in color. So it will travel at faster rate uh, as comparison to that of cold water. Okay, are you getting my point? So let me tell you this one. So you can easily observe it here. Just a minute. When you add a potassium permanganate in cold and hot water, since this is cold water, so it was not uh, traveling at faster rate, or not dissolving at faster rate, or not getting diffused at faster rate. But in hot water, it is diffusing at faster rate because the particles of hot water have much high energy. So it is instantly just why? Because the particles of matters are continuously moving. That's why.
Third
But in
question.
hot, yes,
Is the thing like the thing added? Is it in purple?
yes, it is purple in color. It is potassium permanganate. Okay. So this is potassium permanganate, which is purple in color. When you add it, you will find that in cold water it is lower, but in hot water it is getting dissolved faster rate. Okay. So please note it down in your notebook. So particles of metals are continuously moving. Just draw this one and the heading of this one. Particles of metals are continuously moving.
Third one.
Done. So you can draw this one also.
Third one.
Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's all for today. We'll meet you in the next class. We'll start from writing this one. Okay. We'll
Yes.
start this chapter again. In the next class, we'll go into discuss this one. So that's all for today. We'll meet you next one. Thanks for coming.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
You can leave.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So because I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So wait for 5 minutes. We're going to need to take some break. Need to drink some water. Okay. So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
start the class from 35. It means after 5 minutes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm audible to you. Your name is Chakrika.
Javrika, sir.
Okay, please stop the camera. Where from where you are studying?
Sir, I'm studying from Abu Dhabi.
Okay. So basically, from India, you belongs to which state?
I belong to Telangana.
Um, so, okay. Again, pronounce your name. It is Chakrika.
Chakrika.
Chakrika. Chakrika. Okay. So, Chakrika, what we are going to today, actually, we're going to take a test, diagnostic test.
Yes, sir.
And that diagnostic test will help us to know whether where you stands in chemistry, okay? On behalf of
Yes.
your seventh and eighth and sixth standard knowledge. Okay, because some of the topics are important that a student must know before going to
Yes.
the next standard. So we shall be going to discuss that one. If you are having any issue with that one, then we will provide you a bridge quiz. So no need to panic. Okay.
Yes.
So have you already been taking some classes in Learnivio earlier?
Yes, sir.
So let's move.
So you mean from Learnivio, right?
Yeah, I'm from Learnivio.
Yes, sir.
My name is Avais Parvez and I'm from Learnivio. Okay.
Yes.